Hey guys, have you ever seen the 1991 film The People Under the Stairs? The People Under the Stairs is a masterful horror/comedy film that was written and directed by Wes Craven. Now, while Craven is most well known for that slasher dude in the red sweater who comes to visit teenagers once they fall asleep, The People Under the Stairs has far more depth and substance, which is why I would always argue that this is a superior film. The film's plot surrounds a young boy and two adult burglars who get themselves trapped in a house belonging to this totally strange couple after they break in to try to steal the couple's collection of rare coins. Craven says he based his story off of a news story that he'd heard in the 1970s, where two burglars broke into a house in LA and inadvertently caused the police to discover two kids who had been shackled and kept hidden in their house by their parents. So, Craven's story follows this smart kid named Poindexter Williams. Now, his nickname is Fool because most people who know him knows that he's anything but. Fool lives in the hood, and he and his family are being evicted by their landlords, the Robesons. Now, the Robesons are that couple that I was talking about. They are a whacked out married couple who refer to themselves as mommy and daddy, and their favorite pastime seems to be hoarding money and being extremely abusive to their daughter Alice. The Robesons live in a gothic mini mansion that they keep under heavy guard by their flesh-hungry Rottweiler named Prince because they aren't too far away from the ghetto where they operate as slumlords. Now, at the same time, they aren't overly concerned about the safety of their assets because their house has a reputation as being untouchable because, well, quite frankly, they are weird as hell and most people steer clear of them. Being super desperate for money, burglars Leroy and his friend Spencer coax Fool into breaking into the Robesons' mansion. Fool agrees to do it because I just told you he and his family are about to be evicted. So they are successful because they use Spencer to pose as a city worker. Now, while Leroy and Fool wait for Spencer's signal for them to join him so that they can pillage the house, they see that the Robesons are leaving the house, but there's no sign of Spencer. Now, this is already crazy because they thought that the Robesons had already left the house. Anyway, so Leroy and Fool break into the house only to find Spencer's dead body, along with a large group of ghoulish-looking pale kids that have been locked in a pen inside of a dungeon-like basement. And this is only the start of the comedic, horrific craziness to follow. So, The People Under the Stairs has gone on to become a cult classic. Now, for me, that's a little bit trippy because it's hard to believe that movies made in my time are now becoming classics, but I digress. Actors Everett McGill and Wendy Robbie were cast as the Robesons as a throwback to their roles as Big Ed and Nadine on Twin Peaks, which, if you don't know, was an offbeat, supernatural, surrealistic, and weird, but exceptionally good as well, detective-type TV series, so this tracks for them. Now, many critics do mark the film as satire due to the Robesons' depiction as being the symbol of the wealth-hoarding perversion of the typical respectable yuppie couple of the 1980s. Others have noted that the mommy and daddy routine pet names of the couple are meant to be a cartoonish parody of conservatism. Some have even likened the couple as a camouflaged version of Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Yeah, I got no words for that one. Anyway, one can clearly see that the story is a hard satire of capitalism, and more recent comparisons have been made between the Robesons and Donald and Melania Trump, of course. Other reviewers have called the film easily one of the director's most original, deranged, and off-the-wall films, and I couldn't agree more. But also, I'd like to add that it is one of Craven's best films. Now, when The People Under the Stairs was released, the film was actually a surprise commercial success, and it has since been academically analyzed for a satirical depiction of gentrification, class warfare, and capitalism. As for Fool, Spencer, and Alice, and the pale, scary children of the Robeson Mansion, well, you'll have to watch the film to find out what happens. And if you've seen it before, it's always a good one to grab some popcorn and enjoy the ride again. Thanks for watching.